Hey. When I do that, you're supposed to
get serious.
But I ain't get serious. This is my socks. This is my socks. All right. What's going on? It's the young king Curran J of Kings All Together. Based out of Philadelphia. I'm 26 years old. I graduated from Germantown High School. You know, born and raised in the uptown section of Philadelphia. You know, just pretty much my whole life consists of fashion, designing. I was revolved around art my whole life. You know, my dad, he was an artist. You know, he was in the fashion industry for over 20 years. So that kind of, you know, would allow me to, he opened up the doors for me to, you know, be creative and, you know, just see a lot of things by, you know, just growing up as a teenager. So just being from Philadelphia also gave me a lot of inspiration in my career as well. And I started off doing parties in the city of Philly. Started off doing parties and fashion shows, and then it just turned into mixes and more so adult and grown events. After that, I just started, you know, I started my brand. I started my brand Kings All Together in 2010. Kings All Together is a lifestyle brand that promotes dressing the part as well as acting the part. You know, we use our garments as a silent promotion and piece to promote inspiration. You know, the brand was started in 2010. It started off just as, you know, this is a blog, a way for me to express my vision, my fashion expertise, I was doing a lot of creative stuff in the city, and I just wanted to showcase that. You know, I was tired of just, you know, promote myself on social media and all these other platforms, all these other social media outlets. I was like, let me start my website and, you know, let people take me a little bit more serious. And that's when people started taking me more seriously as I grew with my brand. So 2010 was the creation. 2011 was when I came up with the clothing brand. So 2011 I came with the clothing brand with the first design was the King Inspired Kings. King Inspired Kings was a segment I was doing on my website where I was highlighting different individuals I was inspired by. So whether it be somebody in the art, somebody in the fashion, somebody in the music, somebody who was an inspiration to me as well as that can be an inspiration to somebody else, I wanted to shine some light on them so everybody can see the type of person they are and maybe get inspired by them and maybe they can do something on their own. So that whole concept just pretty much sparked the whole Kings All Together clothing line. So I had a cookout that was coming out. I was like, you know, I wanted to come up with a t-shirt that, you know, I can sell. And I was like, I always was using the word king. King is a word of endearment I like to use to refer to my fellow males. It's a powerful word, you know. I actually started using the word because a friend of mine, he always used to call me king. I asked him, why do you call me king? He said, because it's a powerful word. It's a word of endearment. I mean, fashion is everything to me. Fashion is what my life revolves around. Fashion is what saved me. I used to be a class clown. I used to get in trouble all the time. But fashion was always my passion as I was growing up. And I took my skill and I took my gift of something that I like to do, of a hobby, and turned it into my career. So, and fashion is my expression. You know, I'm not a real talker. So, by the way I dress, by the way I present myself, it opens up doors without me having to speak. So I have people coming up to me that I don't even know, just addressing me and liking the way I look, and it's a conversation starter, you know, at least for me, and it's for anybody. You know, fashion is definitely, it's progressive now, and I like to see that, you know, the youth and, you know, everybody just being themselves now. I definitely enjoy the movement. I mean, I enjoy anybody that's trying to create something new and also shine light on other people, and that's what a lot of people need to realize, that, you know, you need other people's help. There's no greater power than the power of unity. You can't get something done without somebody giving you a hand, or, you know, you lending a hand, and also what goes around comes around. So if you treat somebody nice, you shine some light on somebody else, you're definitely going to get it back in return. So that's pretty much what Kings All Together is based around too. You know, helping other people. You know, I feel like I'm a strong, powerful person myself, but I also can help somebody else be just like me, or, you know, or they can help me. You know, like-minded individuals working with each other is basically what y'all doing. That's basically what I'm doing. Yeah, I definitely consider myself a black sheep, because when I was growing up, I was always, you know, I was different. You know, it was no doubt about that. You know, people might have looked at me as being weird, you know, just being a geek, or, you know, anything, just because I expressed myself my own way, and that made me stand out. And also it made me separate myself from a lot of other people. So by me being myself, that's what made me create this whole lane of what I'm doing now. So I never tried to be anybody else. I always wanted to be myself, and that's what actually got me in on all these different publications, magazines, and, you know, just a lot of press, because I always was myself. I never tried to be anybody else. And that's pretty much what Black Sheep is. You know, you're standing out. You're not being nobody else. You're just sticking to what you want to do. And now I'm doing exactly what I want to do, because I was always doing what I wanted to do when I was younger. So. When I see people wearing my clothes, whether it's a celebrity or just regular people on the street, I'm really excited, and it shows that people appreciate my vision. Because the whole time of me doing my brand, I never did it for nobody else. I never did it to fit in. I did exactly what I wanted to do. It's a brand that's based around positivity. It's inspiring, and I didn't think that everybody would embrace it the way they did, but they are embracing it. But I'm putting my own fashion, my own style, and my own vision in something that is maybe not so common. Being peaceful and being it wasn't always so cool. But now it's like people are trying to be peaceful, trying to be cool, trying to be they're being unordinary instead of ordinary. They're trying to step out the box. So I appreciate when I see people taking part in my lifestyle because they really see the vision. What's next for KRT? It's a lot of different things that's pending right now. I don't want to talk too much about it, but one thing for sure that I'm doing is it's the spring collection. And since I don't sell to other stores, KRT is only sold exclusively on kingswiththecover.com or us vending at different events. So that's one thing I like to stay strong on. I don't want to push my brand on to nobody else. I want to keep my brand in-house, and also I can control who actually wears my brand as well. And I can't control it, but I can control what they see once they go to the website. I look at it as like if you go to a boutique, it's a million different, not a million, but it's a lot of different brands in those stores. And you look at them stores and you see the clothing brands, and you may not really realize exactly where that brand come from unless you do some more research from it. So, and they pick in the clothing stores, they pick out so many different brands that they think will sell. But if you go to my website, you don't have no doubt about it. You're gonna find out exactly what King Inspired Kings mean, or you can see the mission, or you can see the other stuff like the trips, the inspiration, me talking to the kids. You can get the whole experience of the brand. But that's one thing I'm trying to just stay true to, is like not trying to sell my brand to other people, but make the brand people come to me, and also establish a relationship with the clients as well, so I can know exactly who's wearing my clothes as well. And last summer I had my first annual T vs Tanks basketball tournament, and this summer I'm gonna have it again, the second annual T vs Tanks tournament. It was 16 different clothing brands in the city of Philadelphia, 3-on-3 basketball tournament. It was a great experience. So this summer I'm gonna have the same thing, but maybe do 24 teams and have more sponsors, just to make it a real big event. And it shows a unity between other brands. We may all look at each other as competition, but all in all, we all can get the same exposures. We all can get money together, and that's pretty much what that shows. So I'm trying to unify everybody together and just bring them together. So shine some light on other brands, so you may not know this other brand, but they're up and coming, and they just can be on the same level as you. They just may need a little bit more advice, or they may see somebody like you in their circle to give them that. Bust that up. You can chop that up. All right, shout out to LoveBlackShepherd. It's an honor to do this interview. I'm ready. Let's go. Let's go. Shout out to LoveBlackShepherd. They getting money. Ain't nobody else. We out here. Do it. Are you ready? I'm ready. Yeah, shout out to LoveBlackShepherd. Really appreciate what. I don't like that. Yeah, shout out to LoveBlackShepherd. They definitely doing their thing in the city. Look forward to more, collaborations, or just more interviews. So make sure you check out the website and check out mine's kingswiththecover.com.